Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great day today. It was another great day in the Average Joe Trading Education chat room. A lot of good trades were taken by members. It's just a great day all the way around. But I want to recap the trade I took today. I know I don't get to do this that often, but time is starting to free up for me, and hopefully I'll be able to do this on a regular basis. But before I get into my trade, I want to invite you out, if you're not a member of the community, to our Sneak Peek Wednesday. And all you need to do is go to averagejoetrader.com, and right there on the home page, there's a window that when I go live, you'll see me come on. All you have to do is click on it and it'll go full screen. And I'll be streaming live. I'll start about 8:30 building my watch list, and you'll get to hang out with us until about 10:30. You'll be able to get a good idea of what goes on in our room. The first hour is the most active of the whole day. So if there's going to be some action, it's going to happen in that hour. So for the last 3 or 4 Wednesdays, we've had some pretty decent trades. Now, unfortunately, I had to sign off before some of them were closed, but you got to see the meat of the trade. And hopefully tomorrow you'll get to see, another one. You get to see me trade live. You see my actual trading platform, my scans. You see me go in and out. You see me put in my orders, put in my stops, and you'll see when they get hit. So it's truly a different experience than I think you've ever had if you've been in other chat rooms. So just come check us out tomorrow starting at about 8:30. All right, so let's get into this trade here. Now, this is VRX, and this hit our scan this morning, and I kind of missed this move. I take my son to school in the morning, so I always miss the 8 o'clock moves. Always. Every now and then I get to catch one, but for the most part, I'm missing it. So I missed this rollover here, and I tried to catch the bounce and the rejection of the 9, and you see we were rejecting it pretty nicely, but it recovered and pushed up. Well, normally when this happens, I thought we were rejecting the VWAP and the 20 here, and that's what the price action was telling me. So instead of getting out, we were rejecting here, I added to my position, and then this thing just politely took off and ended up stopping me out. So I dug a pretty deep hole for myself at the open. This is just a bonehead deal. What I normally do is once this goes against me, I stop out and then I reset. I wait for the rejection and get back in again. So here was the rejection here. This is where I should have gotten in. But I was kind of resetting. I was kind of just waiting for the first 10 or 15 minutes to go, kind of before I got in. But I ended up getting in here under the VWAP. This was showing some weakness, even though this was a green candle. I was starting to see some weakness, and I got in here. We got the move down, covered some here halfway. This was my target, and I let everybody in chat know I was looking to take half off around 1550s, and that's exactly where I got it. I took it off here at 1550. I took 250 off. I got in 500 shares. I took 250 off here. Took 125 off here at the 20 moving average from the daily. This blue line, I color these lines because when I mark my daily charts, if the daily moving average is going to be in play, I mark it and I mark it the same color as the moving average on the daily chart. So on my daily chart, the 20s SMA is blue, so I marked it. This was a target. What I like to do is I have whole and half dollar marks and levels of support or resistance from the daily chart as my targets. So half dollar mark first target, the 20 moving average from the daily second target. Now I was waiting to hit this 1489. This is the 50-day moving average from the daily. So I was waiting for it. We didn't quite tap it here. We pulled back. I thought we were going to get it here. Couldn't quite get there. And then it recovered, ended up stopping me out on my profit stop here. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. If we reject the 20 here, I'm going to go ahead and get in. And that's what we did. We rejected the 20. Here I got in on this candle. But unfortunately, the 9 held and pushed it back up in the VWAP. But I was still holding. I gave it enough room. I only got in 300 shares this time. Only took 300 shares because I knew that this was, and this was it right here. And I don't know why this thing is starting to feel me like this, but you know, all three of these, this was the 300 shares I got in right here. And I knew I needed to give it more room because had I got in 500 shares, I would have gotten stopped out. My stop would have been a little bit tighter. I knew I needed to let it test VWAP if it didn't fade here, and I gave it enough room. It tested it. This is where I could have added 200 shares to be in 5, but I didn't. I was kind of chicken. This was a solid setup. This is where you should have added, but I didn't. And I let it work. Took some off here. I was trying to wait to get it down, but when we started to bounce here, I was like, well, now I'm gonna go ahead and take it off because of what happened here. But you know, fine, that's fine. I took half off here, and then I waited to see pretty much how low we can go. If we were gonna lose this, I was gonna hold it just to see how far we could go. I was gonna use the 9 moving average as my guide. Well, as we came down, the 20 was coming down with us. So I actually, about 3:30, I had to leave to go pick my son up from school. So what I did, I just put in a bid on this level. This was my goal here. 1414 was my ultimate target at the close of day. You know, once we got down in here, this was going to be my ultimate target. So I waited. I set my stop at 1455, which was about 5 cents over. Sorry. Which was about 5 cents over the 20 moving average at the time. And I put my bid down here at 14.15. And sure enough, right at 4 o'clock, my bid got hit. I mean, you can't script it any better than this. So that was a nice surprise. I thought I was going to have to get on and then get out, you know, after the market closed. But this was a nice surprise. It hit me right at 4 o'clock. You can see 1600 right here. A buy hit 100 shares at 14.15. So that was a pretty good trade. I got in up here at let's see, 1521 right here. I got in at 1108 right here, 1521. Here was these orders here, and I got out half at, let's see, at 15, I took 200 shares. I didn't get out half. I took 200 off and then left the 100 on down here. So had I not had this bad trade this morning, had I not done this bonehead move, I would have had well over $300 on this trade. Probably 350 bucks on this trade. But, you know, sometimes we make mistakes and we can't let that affect us the rest of the day. It affected me to where I was a little bit more conservative, but it didn't stop me from trading, and it didn't keep me from trading freely. And this was the way I started out. You know, this was a bigger loss than I like to take. This was about $156 loss here. This was a $150 loss because I went in 300, I added 200, and just got nailed. But I came back, and I wasn't looking to get it all back on one trade. That wasn't what I was looking for. I took my time and I worked it, took my time and worked it, and ended up digging out of the hole and coming up, you know, being up $157. So the thing is, and this is hard for a lot of traders to do, is especially new traders, is if you take a big hit, it kind of messes with your psyche. It makes you mad, and then you want to take revenge out on the stock. And this is not how you do it. You don't take revenge out. You wait, get a solid setup, and take the trade. You know, here was a perfect entry here, but I waited. I waited after the 10 minutes, like I said I was, and waited to get below this level. Yeah, I had to switch to be a little more conservative because I was down in the hole already, but I was able to trade freely. I was able to let the trade work, take my profits. Got a little greedy here, didn't take it when I should have. And well, really, I should have covered it here once we lost the 9 moving average. But I let it run a little bit more and gave up some of that profit. But, you know, no harm, no foul. Got back in, missed the ad up here. But, you know, again, I have to be a little bit more conservative and got the big move down. These are the type trades I like to take all day. And if you were with me this morning, this is what you saw. Getting the most out of your trades. Now, I didn't squeeze it as well as I could have, but I did squeeze this trade. I did squeeze a lot of blood out of this turnip. You know, I did squeeze a lot out of this. Practically traded it all day. At the open, well, I was at pre-market, 10 minutes out the open, and my order got hit right at close. So all day. And this is what I mean by getting the most out of your trades. All right, so that'll do it for me tonight. Again, I want to invite you guys to come out to our sneak peek Wednesday. Easiest thing to do is go to the website, Averagejoetrader.com, and be there by 8:30. You should see me come on live there shortly thereafter, and just maximize the screen and just sit back and relax. You'll be with us for about 2 hours in the morning. All right, so everybody have a great evening, a great night, and we will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8:30, averagejoetrader.com.